Hello and thank you all for tuning to Fox News, where we're dedicated to bringing you the only side of the story that matters. It is a terribly sad day when those who stroll through this great nation or visit one of the fine American cities, when they see the streets, the roads, the parks, the trailer parks, and the arteries of commerce blocked by the Stade and Portland. On the side are people in rags who have no access to healthcare and whose bodies are racked by eternal exhaustion and misery. Sickness, mental or physical, is an unfortunate part of our reality, and many cannot get treated since they have no healthcare. Obamacare is but a teardrop upon the great wound that is America, not addressing the entire issue, and in fact, causing even more. Their website has crashed numerous times, their phone lines never call back, assuming you can even get through the first time, and despite Obama's claim that no current health insurance policies will be lost, many have lost their current insurance policies. Obamacare is the epitome of a good intention applied in the absolute worst way. Our life expectancy ranks 42nd out of 78. This is simply unacceptable for this great nation, and Obamacare takes no steps to address this issue. For now, we turn it over to Ryan with an interview with the President.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. Now, I'm sure some of you are wondering why I have taken time out of my busy schedule to sit down and do this interview. Well, I can tell you honestly that this is meant to clarify any kind of misunderstandings that you folks have about Obamacare. Now, besides all of the technical aspects of the bill, I will give you a brief summary of what I hope to achieve in the Affordable Care Act, otherwise known as Obamacare. Now, Obamacare overall is meant to improve quality, accessibility, and affordability of healthcare.
Hello, America. We have local native citizen here, Mr. June Lee, and I'll be translating for him today. On the other line, we have President Barack Hussein Obama. Mr. Lee, what do you have to say about the president's new healthcare plan?
우선 제 의견은 오바마 대통령이 좋은 생각을 있고 아주 좋은 사람이고 훌륭한 리더인 것 같아요. 헬스케어 계획이 좋은 것들이 많고 거의 나쁜 것들이 없어요. 지금 경제 상태 때문에 보험을 제 가족을 위해 사용을 못했지만 오바마 때문에 잘 됐어요. 사실은 이것은 저처럼 이민들에게 너무 큰 선물이라고 믿어요. 왜냐하면 많은 사람들을 도와줘요. 다른 이민들이 병원도 못 가는 사건들 많이 봤어요, 사실은.
Mr. President, as you can see, the citizens of this country do not condone your program. What do you have to say on this matter?
Well, no disrespect to Mr. Lee, but I speak a little bit of Korean.
Mr. Lee, please tell us how this has affected your family personally.
몇 주 전에 제 아이들이 병을 걸려서 죽을 뻔했어요. 헬스케어 때문에 보험을 갖고 있어서 제 아이들이 병원으로 보내고 빨리 나았습니다.
Mr. President, it is evident that Obamacare is detrimental to the lives of many Americans. Mr. Lee's son here has tragically passed away, and with the implementation of the program, the previous private health insurance was shut down. What do you have to say on the results of your broken promise to keep private health insurance?
Now, I don't think that's what he actually said.
Do you have any final closing statements to say?
I love Obamacare, and I love Obama.
Mr. Lee, as well as many other Americans, disagree with Obamacare. Thank you very much for your time today, Mr. Lee. Back to you, Adrian.
Thank you for that enlightening interview, Ryan. Now, here at Fox News, many of our critics state that all we do is lie and offer no real solutions. This is simply untrue. And to further validate that point, we here at Fox News have the solution to Obamacare. IDGAAF care. Identifying diseases and growing American frailty care. We have remedied all of the nation's health and healthcare-related issues with a single piece of legislation. IDGAAF care will revitalize the world in a completely new way. People, sadly, are not the healthiest that they could be. Having no healthcare coverage to nurse them back to health makes an already dire situation worse. Some people must choose between going to the physician and putting food on the table. They struggle every day trying to make the best of their situation. Lives weighing on their shoulders. People who work hard for a higher purpose other than themselves. We plan to get rid of these people that pollute and defile our country. For more on how a loan camp for a particular set of individuals could facilitate the nation economically and socially, we turn to Dr. Wolfgang Kohler. As of today,
We have 58 million overweight, 4 million obese, and 3 million morbidly obese citizens walking, or I stand corrected, not walking our streets. We cannot pay for them to take special lessons on losing weight. This will only take more of our time and our nation's coffers. Now, many of you will ask, so is the final solution killing them? We are not savages. Instead, they will be relocated to local worker camps, where they will toil away burning fat and bringing prosperity and beauty to this nation. Glenn Beck once mentioned of an asylum for all of the high-quality American citizens. But that would be incredibly egotistical and self-centered. So instead, we propose that they be put into these camps. And our news anchor, Adrian Chavez, will provide you with statistics on specifics. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Dr. Wolfgang. Did you know that a mere week for this program can cost a family, for one individual, $800 to $1,000 per week? Now, assuming the cost would be a stable $900, it would take you, the taxpayer, $909 million to send them for one mere week. Now, assuming to become a valuable and productive member of society, it would take 11 weeks in this program. The total cost would be $900 million. Switching gears now, according to the 2012 census, 15.1% of Americans live below the poverty line. The average family gets $30 in food stamps per month if you're sitting back and doing nothing. Now, 15.1% of our American population is 4,740,102,000. Multiply that by 30, and you get 142,203,060,000. Now, Obama's plan of Obamacare would cost a grand total of $1.36 trillion. Now, doing some basic math, the total would be $144,562,960,000, not even including Obama's plan. The federal deficit is $777 billion. With this year's budget plan, adding a $1 trillion amount to the deficit, we owe $4.7 trillion to China, Japan, and the United Kingdom. With the added difficulty of the U.S. to even keep the government open, allowing the debt to multiply would be suicide. The only coherent and scientifically sound option is ours. We are one of the top importers and exporters of the world. However, we still import more than we export. By the laws of mercantilism, a nation can increase its wealth by exporting more than it imports. By this logic, not only do we save costs, but we can increase costs, we can increase wealth. Now, do we really want to add $144,562,960,000 to the federal deficit? I don't think so. I've been assured by a very knowledgeable Greek man whose knowledge and experience of debt is immense and bottomless and unfathomable. And he tells me that to have a stable economy, many people will have to make sacrifices and be transferred. He assures me with absolute certainty that if drastic measures are taken, only economic prosperity will follow. Thank you all for tuning in to Fox News tonight. I am Agent Chavez, and we bid you good night, Tucson.